We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
InfoWars Life and InfoWarsLife.com is extremely excited to announce our latest release, Winter Sun, a revolutionary type of vitamin D3. Winter Sun is a premium quality vitamin D3 nutritional supplement. It is produced by extracting oil from healthy, nutrient-dense plants known as lichens. Every batch is analyzed for purity and D3 content. It's completely free of toxins and allergens. Simply put, if you want the best at an extremely low price, this is it. Winter Sun is the result of our pursuit of the best source of vitamin D3. The research and development took over 2 years, but the result, as verified by independent laboratories, is the best vegan vitamin D3 product in the world. Read the facts at InfoWarsLife.com about Winter Sun Vitamin D3. Not only does vitamin D3 promote a healthy mood, but vitamin D supports our memory and brain function, something the globalists are targeting. Visit InfoWars.com today or call 888-253-3139. Introducing Secret 12, the new InfoWars Life vitamin B12 formulation. Secret 12 is a binary of nutrimedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin. Secret 12 is simply taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Secure your revolutionary Secret 12 formula right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com. Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.
We are on the march. The Empire is on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Here's another William Blake quote. Men are admitted into heaven not because they have curbed and governed their passions or have no passions, but because they have cultivated their understandings. The treasures of heaven are not negations of passion, but realities of intellect from which all the passion emanates uncurbed in their eternal glory. And that's from a man in the very oppressive times of the 17 and 1800s in Victorian England, where they were taking a very aggressive, dominant group of people and putting them through imperial training to be submissive and to grovel to oppression. Of course, that didn't work out too well at the same time over here in the United States, which William Blake was a big supporter of, the American Revolution. I don't mean to go off into a side area on that. We know that the TSA all over the country, with people like Miss USA and others, go inside the women's bodies in front of people. And this is all an act of total domination over the public to see how much we will accept. And top psychiatrists and child psychologists have gone public. You can just Google it, and said over and over again that that's how pedophiles train children, is they first touch them and test them. And that the groping of children at airports is going to prime children to accept pedophiles attacking them. And then how many thousands of articles have you seen with the hundreds of cases of the TSA being caught being pedophiles outside of work? And that's because if you were a pedophile, what would you crave? A badge and a uniform where you can mess with kids. I'm not saying even a large part of TSA are pedophiles. I'm saying statistically, we know that juvenile workers, teachers, truancy officers, CPS workers are the highest level of pedophilia, because that's where they go, craving the authority and the respect of the office to then carry out their operations. It's well known in criminology that psychopaths also seek power, sociopaths, but pedophiles, deviants, and others seek power. Then they recruit more people in under them to protect them, and the pyramid of evil grows. They can do it in the Vatican. They can do it in a Protestant church. They can do it in a prison. They can do it in an office building, in a school. It can be any institution can be taken over by cults. And the most common throughout history, from Rome right through to today, is the sex cult. Now, if they use moral compass arguments, then they will create cults of homosexuality. Because then if that's suppressed, they can use that for blackmail. And then you go to the next level, and then it becomes underage. 16, 15, then 10, then 5, then newborn babies, then snuff films. The top of the pyramid, to even get into the highest levels of the power structure in the Anglo-American establishment, and this has come out many times, you have to rape small children, and then they like to starve them to death while telling them they'll never see their mommy again in dungeons. And Paul Watson's done stories on this. I have. If you don't live in Europe, you don't know about it. They've had a bunch of stories in France, the Netherlands, and other countries, Sweden, you name it, where they find the dungeons protected by the government with the toddlers that are in cages. And after they've been raped and used up, they then are terrified in the dark by Satanists dressed up in demon outfits, and they believe that it's torturing the soul and horrifying them until the child goes into catatonic zombie state is the best way to really hurt a child. And that's why it's not enough for them when the baby fights off the scalpel and the knife in the womb. I mean, that's a pleasure, but it's not 100% conscious, so it doesn't give them the real satanic energy they need, the true sacrament. And if you're a new listener and don't know about this, just type in children found in dungeon in Europe. Millions march against pedophile rings protecting government. And I mean, there's just hundreds of cases. And it turns out the top judges, the top prime ministers are involved. And then it all stops because the government comes out and says it's national security. We can't release it. They just said in England last month, the prime minister said, and the head of MI6 said, and MI5, they were all quoted saying, this is national security. We have to shut it down. It cannot be public. Because when you learn the people running things want to put children in cages, 2-year-olds, and have them, I mean, reportedly the Satanists will sit in there just for hours like it's music, the begging, sobbing children. 10 seconds of that would tear my guts out. 10 seconds of that in their presence would make me so violent, I guarantee you I could smash people's brains out with one hand. But see, where that's torture for me and hell, that's heaven for them. Yep, there's the headline. National security could be threatened by the news story. And what headline is that? That's out of the what? The Daily Mail? Yeah, go to the top. I want to give them the source. That's the Daily Beast. Yeah, I want to show them. It was actually in the BBC headline. Pedophile scandal, national security threat. And then they say in the article, could bring down the entire government, so they're going to cover it up. See, you commit a crime so big that it would bring the whole system down if it came out, and then you're protected. That's what too big to fail is, where they sign you on to 2.2 global quadrillion in fake made-up money, many, 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 many times bigger than all the real assets in the world. And then nothing can be done because it's so attached to everything else. There it is, Daily Mail. Royal was part of suspected pedophile ring being investigated by Scotland Yard, but the inquiry was shut down for national security reasons. That's pretty close. The actual headline is pedophile scandal, national security threat is the actual headline. Now, maybe click web because it's a couple months old. Maybe you're searching news, just getting drowned out by all the new stuff. There's hundreds of news articles a day about it, and again, the police go in low level and want to do something about it when they dig into a dungeon that's got, 30, 40 skeletons in it, 5, 6 little kids who are just gone. They weigh half of what they should. Their eyes just stare out. They've been savagely raped. And then they try to do something and they find out the police chief's involved. Then they find out the governor's involved, and it just goes up the chain. CBS 4 investigation, TSA screeners at DIA manipulated system to grope man's genitals. Hey, CBS 4 investigation has learned that 2 Transportation Security Administration screeners at Denver International Airport have been fired after they were discovered manipulating passenger screening systems to allow a male TSA employee to fondle the genital areas of attracted male passengers. It happened roughly a dozen times, according to information gathered by CBS News. That probably means it's about 1,000 times worse. According to law enforcement reports obtained by CBS 4 investigation, a male TSA screener told a female colleague in 2014 that he gropes male passengers who come through the screening area at DIA. He related that when a male he finds attractive comes to be screened by the screening machine, he will alert another TSA screener. Yeah, they hit the button on you to indicate to the screening computer that the party being searched is a female. When the screener does this, the scanning machine will indicate an anomaly in the genital area that allows the TSA screener to conduct a pat-down search of the area. So, see, the scanner hones in on your genitals already, and they pass those around. That's come out. But then it knows. It goes, wait a minute, this isn't a female. This is a male, so now we're going to have to grope you. Although the TSA learned of the accusation in 2014 via anonymous tip from one of the agency's own employees, reports show that it would be nearly 3 months before anything was done. Folks, this is nothing. Notice they'll tell you about this, though, but not about the DynCorp Halliburton sex slave rings, which are in the Chicago Tribune. I mean, it comes out, but it's not a big story. Hidden cameras reveal airport workers stealing from luggage, CNN, and it just goes over Miami and how they rob people. And they'll rob you right there while they're checking your bags. Yeah, I told the story many times. It was about 2 years after 9/11. I was at 9/11 Truth Event. Flew back. I went to Tiffany's and bought like a $100 rattle and a $100 teething thing for my newborn daughter. She's about 3 months old. And they opened the little Tiffany blue present boxes and just stole only one of the rattles. Just stole it. Just, it's all part of freedom. I'm just saying, this has all happened to me, so imagine how widespread it is. I don't even fly that much. Probably more than most people, but not like a business travel or something. I haven't even gotten into this whole quadrant of news over here, but we will. Before I get into Jorge Ramos recognizes historic nature of 2 GOP Latinos running for White House. Hillary Clinton surprises with early attack on CEO pay. More class warfare garbage. We'll be breaking that down. Auburn woman sues Bates College, says chick flicks were expected. She's calling it sexual harassment or discrimination because she expected the job to be playing tennis and watching chick flicks to be the executive assistant to the head of the school. And so she's saying, I don't want to work, I want to party. And I actually have the lawsuit here. This is mainstream news, Sun Journal. And this reads like The Onion, but it's real serious. Well, she's a woman and she feels harassed because she has to work. It's like the woman that called the police because her Big Mac was cold. So they arrested her for a false police report. People are really becoming delusional.